Hi, Daisy. Happy birthday! My name is Marge, and I'm going to be here leading you through your birthday class. So let's get started on our backs. Thanks for joining me. You have your friend Lily to thank for all of this. We're going to start in Supta Baddha Konasana, which is reclined bound angle, feet together, knees drop open like a book, one hand to belly, one hand to heart. And give yourself these first few moments to just take a few deep rounds of breath. You can close the eyes if that feels safe and just drop in. And if your knees got heavy, use your hands to place your feet back on the floor. Palms pressed to the tops of the thighs. Get a little bit of a traction in the lower back by pushing away gently. And easily release. Find a full body stretch, arms overhead, legs long in front of you. And hug your knees in toward your heart. Give it a little bit of movement side to side. And let's extend the legs straight up to the ceiling. Crack out the ankles, twirl them around. Waking up the legs, the limbs. And from here, we'll catch a happy baby. Find the outer edges of your feet, rock a little side to side. Speaking of happy baby, I hear you're a new mom. Congratulations. Spending a lot of quality time right now more than ever. Feel free to extend one leg out to the side. I like to catch the inner arches of my feet if I do that, and then gently switch to the other side. And find your hands to your knees and just draw circles with your lower back on the ground. Little massage. And changing directions. Let's plant the feet on the floor, bump the hips over to the right, drop your knees to the left, and we'll take an early supine twist here. You can self-assist, left hand to the top of the thigh, eyes reaching long over the right shoulder. And let's change to the other side. Plant the feet, lift the hips, give them a little wiggle. And then scooch them over to the left, drop knees now to the right. Help yourself. And then reach the eyes out in the same direction as that arm. And come on back to center. Plant the feet. Again, just wiggle out the hips. And hug knees into your heart. We'll start to gather momentum, rock and roll a few times. And we'll meet in a comfortable seat. I'm going to turn to face you. Just whichever leg feels comfortable in front. Find your anchor points, hands to the knees. Let's roll the shoulders up and down the back. Again, inhale and exhale to soften. One more lift and drop. Little tick-tock of the head to one side and the other. Again, ear toward the shoulder. This time we'll drop chin to chest, roll it to the other side, and back through center. Pausing with the chin in the center and rolling to one side and the other, kind of working out the kinks and find your height. I'm going to mirror you here. Take your right hand out to the side, reach the left arm up and over. Try on a couple of different places for the head to look, see what feels right. Big breath in, stay for the exhale, and then float all the way up through center. Hook your thumbs, get a little lift, and we'll take a left hand down. Right arm over to the side. Again, kind of seeing how the neck feels here, where it wants to be. Big breath in. Stay for the exhale. And rise all the way up. Again, hook the thumbs, get a little lift, and we'll just take a little twist over to the right. One breath in, twist on the exhale. Arms reach up through center, and we'll twist over to the left, other side. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, look behind you. Back through center, 2 arms high, and we'll just land the hands on the knees. On an inhale, slide your hands back, stick your butt out, look up. Exhale, round. Again, seated cow. Get round, seated cat. One more, inhale, look up. Exhale, get empty. And then we'll lift both arms up, up, up. And hands walk forward, zigzag your way into your forward fold here. Not too long, just long enough to land for a breath or two. And support your spine back up tall. We'll switch the legs. I'm going to be fancy. Ooh, a little fan kick. And then get neutral again. Rolling shoulders up and down. 2 more. Lift. Work out those crinkles. And land. Same thing. Take the right arm out. We'll go up and over, but this time we'll play around with the top arm. I like to make fists and kind of twirl my wrist around. Just find some movement that makes sense to you here. One more big breath in. Go farther on your exhale and rise all the way up. Find your thumbs, lift, and knock it over to the left. Almost immediately, just kind of seeing what the arm can do here, how it might affect the stretch or not. One more breath. Stay for the exhale. And rise all the way up. Lift, lift, lift. Let's take another twist over to the right. Big breath. And twist, maybe get a little crack. And all the way up through center. Change, twist over the left side. Inhale for height. Exhale to spin. All the way back up through center. And hands just ground to the knees. Again, stick your butt out, throw your heart out, and round, send the spine back, chin to chest. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. One more time. Inhale, pull back, look up, like the whole body's yawning. Rise the arms all the way up, and we'll go visit that same forward stretch on this hip. See how that wants to land. And gently lift yourself up. One hand to belly, one hand to heart. Just give it a big breath in. Open mouth. All right, come meet me in tabletop position. Hands right under shoulders, knees right under hips, and just some movement that feels right here. Maybe it's in the spine, or you're turning fingers in different directions, out to 3 and 9, or maybe even pointing back toward your knees. I like to tuck the toes, send the hips back, open up the bottoms of the feet. And we'll sit back for a moment, work into the wrists one more time, make fists and kind of twirl them around. Back to tabletop. Inhale, cow pose, look up. We did this seated. Tuck the tail, round it out for cat. Again, inhale, look up, stretch the throat, round out, get completely empty. One more time, inhale, look up. We'll tuck the toes and then lead with your butt into a really short downward facing dog with bent knees. Maybe this feels good, or you want to step your feet mats with distance. Pedal out the knees, let the head fall heavy. And then feel free to step the feet into hips with distance, fingers spread nice and wide. Let the fidgets come to a stillness. 3 breaths. Inhale, let it go. Again, fill and empty. Last big breath in, open the mouth. And let's walk the hands back and back and back to the feet. Catch a rag doll. You can hang on to opposite elbows, bent and heavy in the knees. A little bit of movement if that feels good. We'll release the hands and just walk up your own body, up and up and up and up, coming all the way up to stand. Arms reach high, find opposite elbows, and then take a dip over to the right, side body stretch. Up through center, knock it over to the left. Up through center, reach both arms high, cactus the arms, open the chest. Reach and rise all the way up. Soft knees, forward fold. Halfway lift, palms to shins. And then soft knees, we'll walk ourselves out to a high plank pose, just long enough to get a little nervous. And we're going to lower all the way down to the belly. Let's find Sphinx pose here. Come up to your forearms. Feet are about mat's width distance. You can roll the head around a little bit. Keep sliding the shoulders down the back. You can stay here if you want a little more. Press into the hands and then turn this push into a pull to lengthen the side body. Maybe even walk your hands in a little bit more and keep pulling to find length rather than crunch. And soften yourself down. Let's take a chest opener here. Left hand out to 9 o'clock. Look over to the right. Right hand will plant on the floor next to you. Right leg bends, and then the foot steps behind you. And so we're opening up the front of the left chest here. Top hand can stay where it is or reach around your lower back for a little half bind. This should feel pretty good. And carefully return back to center. Let's switch it out. Right hand out to 3 o'clock. Turn to look to the left. Left hand plants on the floor. Left leg bends and then rolls behind you. Foot finds the floor. Top hand can stay where it is, or maybe reach around your lower back for a little half bind. And breathe. Untangle yourself back to center. Walk your hands back. Peel your heart up, your ribs up, maybe your thighs up, upward facing dog, and we'll send it back, downward facing dog. Give it a big breath in and out. Let's move on. Right leg rises, three-legged dog. Bend the knee and open up the hip without disturbing the shoulders. Re-extend the leg high, knee into the nose just once, three-legged dog again. Step forward between your hands, low lunge. Drop your knee, point your foot. You can stay down here on your hands if that feels nice. Or come on up, hands to the knee. Maybe arms reach high overhead. And I'm going to take another side stretch. Right fingertips toward the floor and then lean over to the right. Huge yawn of the body. And we'll circle ourselves forward. Drop the head as you straighten the front leg. Get a halfway lift. Here you are in a half split. Ardha Hanumanasana. It's greeting the hamstring. Halfway lift, bend back into your front knee, plant the hands, back foot tucks. Let's walk ourselves over to the left, halfway lift. Here we are in wide-legged forward fold. You can keep hands between your feet. You can walk them back behind you like you're trying to crawl through yourself. Or my personal favorite is hands forward like down dog with really wide legs. It's an awesome shoulder opener. Give it a little shimmy. Wherever you are, let's meet back in a halfway lift. Crawl back to the front of your mat, lunging over your right foot. Plant the hands and then disappear the right leg behind you, three-legged dog again, and we'll walk the hands back and back and back. Here's standing split, so you're bowing over your left foot. You can hug your leg with your left arm, or if you're feeling frisky, plant your hands forward like a little half down dog, and we'll just take 3 handstand hops off of this left leg. The right foot never touches down, and we'll get out of there. Back to three-legged dog, walk it forward, get a good stretch. Find resting half pigeon. Knee toward the wrist. Use your back foot to create length. Sit up nice and tall first so we don't miss out on the stretch in the left psoas, and then bring that length forward with you and settle into your pigeon. Take a good 5 rounds of breath here. Help yourself back up nice and tall. Plant the hands. Back toes tuck. I like to scoot the knee in a little bit, and we'll return back to three-legged dog. Give that leg a little bit of a shake. And downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Land again. Big breath in. Big breath out. Let's try other side. Left leg rises. Bend the knee. Open up the hip. Get a good stretch here. Re-extend the leg once more. Knee into your nose just once. Inhale it all the way up, up, up. And knee into the chest. Step between the hands. Low lunge. Feeling free to drop this bottom knee and point the foot behind you. Hands can stay planted or walk yourself up to your knee. Keep sinking the hips. If that feels all right, arms can go overhead. And then there's that dip over to the left. Fingertips might find the ground. And we'll circle the body forward as we bow over the front leg, going straight, little halfway lift, and fold into your half split. Any wiggles that assist you here, let them happen. Inhale to look forward. Bend back into your front knee, hands plant, back leg engages. And we'll walk ourselves a quarter of the way over to the right for another wide-legged forward fold. I'm going to find the outer edges of my feet to hold on to. If you've got another bind you like to take, help yourself. Maybe it's hands behind your back, opening up the shoulders, or you like the ragdoll arms. Give your knees a little bit of water. A little baby bend so we're not slamming back. Let the head fall all the way off. And then find your halfway lift. We'll rotate back over the left leg, low lunge. Here's the sneaky part. Hands plant, left leg behind you, three-legged dog. And then the hands continue to walk back and back and back, standing split. So all the weight is on your right foot. The more you drop your head, the higher that leg will go. Give it a hug, or let's get off the ground a little bit. Hands come forward like a little baby down dog. Here we go. 1 little jump, 2 little jump. Last one. Boop, and you're safe. Nice. Walk your hands forward. Get a big stretch overhead and set up for resting half pigeon on the left side. Knee forward. Walk the back leg far away from you. Find length in the spine first. And then bring that forward with you as you snuggle into your pigeon right here. And if the forehead finds a home, give it a rock side to side. Massaging the third eye from brow to brow. Giving yourself yet another landing point. Help yourself back up nice and easy. Plant the hands, back toes tuck, maybe a little scoot in. To take the left leg far behind you once more, give it a little shake. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Let it go. Look forward. We're going to jump our feet to land outside of our hands for Malasana squat. Toes are out to about 10 and 2. Feet are about mat's width distance. You can gather hands at heart center. Long neck, so chin just slightly tucked. And we'll move this around. Press down with the feet, reach all the way up overhead. Go right back where you came from. Again, rise up, get taller. Exhale, pull it down. Third time different. Inhale all the way up, pause, turn the toes forward, forward fold. Drop the head. Halfway lift. Plant the hands. We'll just jump the feet together to touch and then come all the way down to a deep knee bend. You can keep the fingers on the floor or hands to the knees, little toe stand. Balance check. Hands can come to heart center. Try not to blink. Thumbs can rise third eye. And last, we'll reach forward. Lean forward like you're trying to put your heels on the ground and then sit on your butt. Reach forward and control the descent all the way down to your back. Setting up right away for bridge pose. Press into the feet. Lift the hips, maybe get the shoulders a little bit more underneath you, lacing fingers. Open the front body. And carefully release. You're welcome to take another bridge. I'm going to set up for wheel. Hands plant by the ears. Elbows in toward each other. Lift the hips, straighten the arms. Eyes can look down at the floor or look for the wall behind you. Crack it wide open and enjoy. Maybe lift the heels, get a little more height. And slowly lower down. Supta Baddha Konasana, back where we started. Feet together, knees drop open. Hand to belly, hand to heart. Feel that energy running around inside, knowing that you created it. Maybe a little rock of the head right and left to find some ease in the neck. Breathe easy. Soften the jaw. Feel free to take arms out to a lazy cactus or even overhead for a little bit more opening. It just started raining where I am. Maybe you can hear that on the roof overhead. Perfect timing. And then help your feet back to the floor. Kind of recreating that little sequence we took from the beginning. Gently press your thighs away from you. Release your lower back. And just as carefully soften away from that. Full body stretch. Arms long overhead, legs long in front of you. And we'll send the legs up and the arms up too. And this time we'll just kind of go blah. At the least amount of effort to put your limbs up in the air, twirl around hands and feet, wrists, ankles, knuckles, get all that good cricks and cracks. Energize, and then find happy baby once more. Outer edges of the feet, maybe you're rocking or ensuring the chin is lower than the nose. And if you're going for straightening one leg at a time, again, I like hands to the inner arches of the feet. One foot kind of pulls toward your sits bones, the other out to the side. And carefully changing. Try to keep your lower back on the ground. Notice if it's popping up. Just reroute it. And we'll hug the knees, find little circles, massage the sacrum underneath you. and changing directions, nice and easy. Plant the feet, lift the hips, scoot them over to the left. Here's a supine twist once more. Hips to the right, knees to the left. Eyes out over the right. Get a little more time here, so breathe easy and steady. Notice how you feel. Notice how you actually feel. We'll change to the other side. Feet plant, shake out the hips. Set them over to the left to drop knees to the right this time. Supine twist over the left. Yeah, I say that with real meaning. When I say notice how you feel, it's something that, yoga teachers say all the time, notice how you feel. But how do you feel? Are you angry? Are you happy? Are you kind of sad? Is there anxiety? Hopefully for this little half hour, you can just kind of set some of that just shitty stuff aside and just be with yourself, for yourself, knowing that a lot of love went into this half hour just for you. And just abide in that. Come back to center. Shake out the hips. One of my favorite things to do. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. You can take feet together, knees apart for Supta Baddha Konasana one more time. I like to just rest the hands on the lower belly. You're more than welcome to close your practice right here or extend your legs to the corners of your mat for traditional Shavasana, corpse pose, your final resting place. Whatever it is, just let it be comfortable exactly where you want to be. Drop the limbs, drop the control of the breath, drop the tongue, drop the eyeballs. Let the scalp soften. Take a big breath in. Open up, let it go. And just leave it alone for a few minutes. Shavasana. Take a long, new breath in. Open up and blow it out. Bring gentle, loving movement back to fingers and toes, knuckles, hands and feet. Maybe the head rocks side to side. Feel free to open up into one final full body stretch, getting all of your length, and then make your way over onto your favorite side, returning all the way back to that first shape that we ever made, where it all began. And then carefully help yourself up to an easy seat. Find your anchor points. Shoulders heavy, ears light. And find hands together at heart center. And just, again, abide in the love that went into this. Thumb knuckles up to third eye center, being grateful for our health and our safe space. Take a bow. I'm a clapper, so at the end of class, I always clap. Thank you so much for doing this with me. Happy birthday. I hope you enjoyed your class. Maybe we can meet each other in real life. Now there's just one more thing left to do.